Hey, this is Lindsay, and I've just been sitting with a lot of thoughts about kind of the new year and new things, and my conversations with my clients this week have been so like high highs and low lows, like all of this excitement of what's possible and trying new things. There we go, there's my dog. And also like a low of like, but what if I'm not good at it? Or how come I haven't done this yet? Or all these conversations kind of about like judging why we haven't already done it, or the future of what might happen if we do that hasn't happened yet. So I just thought I'd speak to that a little bit, because I think it's so interesting how much we have this assumption that we're just going to be good at stuff. That like it's our right to just be good at something. We're really like asking yourself, hey, have I cultivated this within myself such that I should be good at this yet? Like, have I put in the work to be good at this? And if not, then no problem. This is where you start. Stop with the judgments and the assessments and expectations, because if it's not forwarding you, then it's not working. Don't do it. And I think that it's so great that like if we can tap into the sense of freedom, that we can just do things, and it might go well and it might not. That might bring way more joy than the thing we're actually doing. And like, so whatever it is that you're thinking about, I'm in my backyard, that you're thinking about maybe trying on or revisiting or just even expanding yourself at, like, I encourage you to cut yourself some slack. Like, yes, do it and learn from it and get down or fall down and get up and all of that. But at the same time, like, if you're not enjoying it to some extent, it probably isn't going to be that fulfilling. So, I think that, like, remembering that when you start something new, you're going to suck at it. And that's okay. It just kind of comes with the territory. And I think it's so interesting that we often assume that, like, anything we have to do has to be perfect or has to be as good as somebody else or has to look a certain way, or we just can't even do it. When the whole reality is that anything new that we're doing, for the most part, the beginning is going to suck. Even if we're really good at the beginning, by nature, after we do it a few times, we're only going to get better. So wherever you begin doesn't mean anything about where you'll be after you practice and invest yourself and get better. So if the beginning sucks, that's its job. Like, think about any time that like you or maybe people you've been around have learned a new language or learned a new instrument. Like, it's brutal, the beginning of it. And it's goofy and it's messy and it's sloppy and it sounds ridiculous. And that's what it is. And for the most part, I think that part of how we get really good at things is if we have the capacity to sustain those beginning phases and let them be what they are. They're growing pains, and it's fun and it's information and it's a guide to something further. Like, it's not an option just to skip over step one. We get to work through it. And if step one is like such a big deal, it's a good chance to like look at our ego and see what's really more important. Like, do I really never want to have this possibility just because I can't bear to not be perfect at it? Like, come on, that's no fun. And we're never going to be perfect anyway. So, for whatever you might have in mind about what you want to grow in or learn or just try, I think my best coaching is like, stop taking yourself so seriously and check in. Like, how is this supposed to be going right now? If it were anybody else in my life wanting to do this, how would it probably look for them? Probably how it looks for you. But enjoy the freedom that for most people watching this, you do have this massive freedom to be whoever you want, to think whatever you want, to try whatever you want, to say whatever you want, to go wherever you want. We have such massive freedoms. So use it and give yourself some freedom to be who you want to be. Try things. And it's never too late. So, best wishes to you as you take on the new year and new pieces of yourself that you want to grow. And I challenge you, even if you haven't picked anything up yet, I challenge you to go find something. Go find something to try or do or experience. You might experience different pieces of yourself that you haven't met before just because you haven't done these things yet to bring it out. So with that, I will say, Goodbye and big kiss.